श्रीमान वेंकटनाथार्य कवितार्की केसरी वेदांत आचार्य वर्यो में सन्निधत्तां सदाकृति श्रीवासरंग परकाल मुनित्रयाप्त लक्ष्मात्मरक्षण इत्योगागमान्तम् आचार्य भक्ति परिभूत मनर्गशीलं गोपाल देशिक मुनिं गुरुमाश्रयामः। स्वामी देशिकन् श्री शरणागति दीपिका स्तोत्र ग्रंथम आचार्यन अनुग्रहम यथाशक्ति यथामति इदे अनुभवित्तुकोंडु वरुगिरोम. We will enjoy the SLOKA 22 and 23 today. So far we have been enjoying the Tattvam, and hereafter Swami is describing about the hitam, the means, the upayam, the way, how to attain him. So last slokam 21, yesterday we enjoyed about the bhakti yoga, how the bhakti yogis in an uninterrupted manner continuously contemplate on the Bhagavad Swarupa Rupam Kalyana Gunams and have the visualization which is called Sakshatkaram. And in that we will enjoy the 22 and 23 on the same token, same on Bhakti Yogam, on the Sakshatkaram. Padmabhirama Vadanekshana Panipadam Divya Yuda Bharanamalya Vilepanam Tvam Yogena Nata Shubhamashrayam Atmavantaha Salambanena Parichintya Nayanti Triptim Padmabhirama Vadanekshana Panipadam Divyayuda Bharanamalya Vilepanam Tvam Yogena Nata Subham Ashrayam Atmavantaha Salambanena Parichintya Nayanti Triptim. Salambanena Rupa Guna Vishishta Brahma Jnana Dhyanam. There are two which we talked about yesterday, Salambanam and Niralambanam. Salamba means one who holds the vision on a divine form, and Niralambanam is one who holds the vision of having no such form, that is the formless Swarupam, the nature of Brahman. So before we get into the meanings and the enjoyment, we should understand the Swarupam and Rupam, the nature and the form. The nature of Brahman is he is entered into everything. He creates, he enters, he manifests, he is housed in everything, he has housed everything and everyone in him. So he is an indweller, he is an antaryami. He has manifested Narayana means Naraha Ayanam Narayana. Naranam Ayanam Yasya Saha Narayana. So here he is there inside and everything, inside and outside of everything and everyone. That is the nature, the Divya Atma Swarupam. The Divya Atma Swarupam of Lord, the nature, the divine nature of the Brahman. Whereas the form, he has taken a form with Chaturbhujam, Shankachakram, Gada and Ayudams, Abharanams, all that. So in this slokam number 22, they are enjoying, the Bhakti Yogis are enjoying the divine form. Padmabhirama Vadanekshana Panipatam. Lord Perimale, He Natha, E Nathane, O Master, the Bhakti Yogis, the self-controlled devotees, Atmavantaha, the Atma Swarupa Jnanis, they contemplate, they meditate on you possessing an auspicious form, Rupa Guna Vishishtamana Brahma Jnana Dhyanam. The form, the divine Brahman who has the form, the auspicious form, with the divine face, the divine eyes, the hands, the feet, the wonderful abharanams, jewelry, the beautiful garlands, and the celestial divine ayudams, weapons, and the application of sandal paste, the saffron, all these things by means of salambana yogam. And when they enjoy this divine form with all this paraphernalia, they never attain tripti. They don't get contentment. They never get satisfied. Salambana yoga. And the next slokam, we are going to deal with the niralambana yoga, which is the formless Brahman, which is the Swarupam of the Lord, Divyatma Swarupam. Here, the Divya Mangala Vigraham. The meditation on the divine form is so pleasing, so wonderful, such an enjoyable thing to behold in our eyes, that the upasaka, the one who contemplates, never feels that he has had enough of it, never gets satisfied with it. It is Shubha Ashrayam. It is Shubham. It cleanses us. It gets us rid of all our papams. And it is auspicious. It is enjoyable. And he is addressed as Natha. The Divya Mangala Vigraham, even our Archavataram that we see in temples, in our Shaligramam, everything is Subhashraya Tirumeni. The Lord has lotus-like face, the lotus-like eyes, the lotus-like hands, the palms, the feet. All of them are delectable, enjoyable, like the lotus. The passage is just a reflection and mirroring the Alvar's enjoyment. Ira Chokkalal Alvars have beautifully encapsulated all this enjoyment in words. Kannum Kamalam Kamalame Kaitalamum Mannalanda Padamum Matravaye. Pay Alvar says. Kannum Kamalam Kamalame Kaitalamum Mannalanda Padamum Matravaye. Trimangi Alvar says, Kaivannam Tamarai, Vai Kamalam Polum, Kanninayum Aravindam Adiyum Agde. If I say in English, it's an apacharam. What a beautiful manner they enjoy. Shentamarai Tadangan Shenkanivai Shenkamalam Shentamarai Adigal Shempon Tiru Udambe. Such a beautiful manner, they say. Padmabhirama may also be taken as pleasing and delightful to Padma. It is Lakshmi's Paramabhogyam. Bhudevi, Neeladevi, Sridevi, they are all enjoying the Perumal. The face and form of the Perumal are a source of permanent, perennial, eternal joy for Lakshmi. Varadarajastamam, 100th slokam, the same thing, Kurattalvan says. Satatanatve pitadana tattvavat navhi bhavat prema rasa pravahaya nishevitam tvam satatokaya shriya. Satatotkaya shriya, that is the extent to which the Lord Trimeni is Abhirama. He is so delightful to Padma. Padma Abhirama. So it is divine face, the eyes that are pleasing, delightful. If the face and eyes are limbs and lotus, the mouth, the cheeks, the ears, the head, the neck, the divine chest, if they are all pleasing and delightful, the jewelry, the ornaments, the ayudams, the sandal paste, even the pitambara, even they are wonderful, equally, if not more. They enhance his beauty and attractiveness. They lend glory to his personality. And thereby the contemplating mind of the yogi goes ecstatic. They go mad. They enjoy, enraptured beyond measure. On such a sweet, divine, transcendental, beautiful, majestic form, ecstatically, yogis fix their minds and meditate unceasingly, uninterruptedly, continuously, in the manner described in the previous slokam. So when the palan happens, when the fruit happens, by the culmination of samadhi, they see and visualize, vilokayanti. It is only manasa sakshatkara. They see in their mind the most beautiful form, and not chakshusha pratyaksham, and not with their naked eyes. And that is referred to as parichintya. Nandrai yappurattilum dhyanam seide chintya. They have them in their mind, they contemplate clearly. The more they see him in their mind, the more they would like to see him, love to see him, again and again, continuously, more and more, manifold, million times. They do not feel that they have realized him mentally sufficiently well or sufficiently long. They never feel. And even Trimangi Alvar says, Maivanna Pasuram, Maivanna Narunkunji. And that is what we enjoyed. Kaivannam Tamarai Vai Kamalam Polum Kanninayum Aravindam Adiyum Agde. Yattanai Pasurangal. Yoga Yajna Valkyar. Enjoy these slokas. Swami Sri Srivatsankachar mentions in his wonderful Vyakyanam. Vasudeva Jagannatham Narayanam Aham Harim Chaturbahum Udarangam Shanka Chakra Gadadaram Kirita Keyurataram Padmapatra Nipekshanam Srivatsa Vakshasam Vishnum Purna Chandra Nipananam Suddhaspatika Shankasham Pita Vasa Samachutam Padmachavi Padantwandvam Paramatmanam Ishwaram Dhyaye Sada Savitrumandala Madhyavarti Narayana Sarasajasana Sannivashaya Keyuravan Makarakuntalavan Kirite Hare Hiranve Avapugudrita Shankachakra Gadapani Dwaraka Nilayachuta Govinda Pundarikaksha Rakshamam Sharanagatam. All these things we need to enjoy in this sloka. Because the yogis also do not get satisfied. Definitely we would also not get satisfied. Because that is why Krishna says, Janma karma cha me divyam. My janmam is divyam. Atripti, discontentment, insatiation, insatiable nectar he is. It happens for the worldly goods. We never get satisfied with worldly pleasures, with the materialistic attainments. We don't get. That's normal for every human being. But the more we have, the more we want. But the same thing we have with Bhakti Yogis also, saints also, Alvars also. That is why he says, Ara Amude Adiyen Udalam Ninbal Anbaye Neerai Alaindu Karaya Urukkuginra Nedumale. Ara Amude, insatiable nectar. The Vedas and Upanishads were wonders speechless. They were shocked to hear this from Alvar, Tamil Prabandha. What a beautiful way in which in one word they mentioned whatever the Upanishad wanted to explain. There is no such word in Sanskrit. Aparyapta amritam. That is never ever able to get satisfied, that amritam. Here, ara amude. And so, they say, yato vacho nivartante aprapya manasa saga, where the mind and words cannot reach and they returned back. Here, simple, ara amude. So, even Dasharatha, not even a Bhakti Yogi, he who has no claims to spiritual greatness, he felt like when he saw Sri Rama coming towards him, Natadarpa Samayantam Pashyamano Naradipaha. Even as he was seeing Rama ascending the steps of the palace, Dasharatha felt that he would like to see him coming towards him like this forever and ever and ever. Swami Valmiki, sage Valmiki, he says, Atriptastam munim vande prachedasam akalmasham. Atriptastam munim vande prachedasam akalmasham. Drinking deep at the ocean of the nectar of Ramacharitam. He felt unsatisfied. Swami Desika gives the same expression to a similar feeling In Devanayaka Panchasat, 14th slokam, Pratyanga Purna Sushama Supagam Vapuste Drishtva Drishau Viputanata Natripyato me. I never get tripti. My eyes that look at your Trimeni, that gaze, that enjoy your Trimeni, where every anga, every angam, every part of your divine body is full of jyotish, luster, beauty. I never feel, my eyes never feel satisfied. The trait, this wonderful trait of Perumal, Divyamangala Vigraham, which never satisfies those who enjoy him, has been fully described in Aramude Adiyan Vadalam Ninbalan Paya, the whole 10. That's why Sriman Nathamuni was melting listening to this 10. And that's the reason we got the entire Nalayar Divya Prabandham from Sriman Nathamuni as gifted, as downloaded from Nammalvar in his meditation. That is why in Sahasranamam, we never see a word, Nama, equivalent to Aramudu. No. Insatiable nectar. A name that has escaped Bhishma, that has escaped Vyasa in Sahasranamam. Such a beautiful manner the commentators enjoy this sloka. And next one is Niralambana, Anubhavam. Salambana, now Niralambana. Manati langi sukha bodha mahamburashau magnastrisi maragite bhavata swarupe tapatrayena vigatim nabhajanti bhuyaha samsara garma janitena samadhimantaha. Manadi langi sukha bodha mahamburashau magnastrisi marahite bhavata swarupe tapatrayena vigatim na bhajanti bhuyaha samsara garma janitena samadhimantaha. Here Niralambana, the Salambanam was described in the last sloka. Now Niralambanam. So Manadi, like those who have perfected the Dhyanam, the meditation, and attained the minutest of their Anubhavam, known as Samadhi, and they get immersed in your divine Swarupam, the abstract divine nature, which is like a big ocean, vast, deep ocean of innumerable treasures, enormous pleasure, and the knowledge which is unbounded, unlimited, infinite, and without any restriction on space, time, or object. And once they get a minutest fraction of that, they will never ever again will become afflicted with the tapatrayam, adhyatmikam, adi baudikam, adi daivikam, the threefold samsara tapam caused by the heat of samsara. So Niralamba Yogam. So Niralamba Yogam is mentioned in this. In Vishnu Puranam, also it talks about Salambana and Niralambana. In fact, the Parabrahmam, the nature, one has to get immersed and drowned so that the scorching heat of samsara can be quenched. Adhyatmikam, the bodily diseases. Adi Baudikam, the problems, the issues, the challenges, the hurt, the wounds created by other beings, including men and animals and jantus, snake, like that. Adi Daivikam, the nature calamities, the thunder, the storm, earthquake, tsunami, fire, all these things. So they will not get afflicted with any of these three, tapatrayam, adhyatmikam, adibhaudikam, adidaivikam. Once they have the minutest fraction of this. So Niralamba Yoga, in which the Upasaka meditates the Swarupam as contrasted with the form. That's dealt with this in this sloka. The all-pervading, all-manifesting Swarupa, the nature of Brahman, which is beyond the human contemplation, comprehension. We cannot just imagine that everything is Brahman. Everything is we can visualize Brahman in everything. We can visualize Brahman in everyone. Not so easy, but they get unalloyed bliss, unalloyed anandam, pure anandam, unobstructed jnanam, by being contemplated upon this particular divine Swarupam of Brahman, which is beyond, unlimited by, untrammeled by limitations of time, limitations of place, limitations of object. It's beyond all these things. And that's the object of Dhyanam, as opposed to Divya Mangala Vigraham, which is referred in the previous sloka. The contemplation of this Swarupa, nature, produces Jnanam, Anandam. It also ensures freedom from samsaric afflictions. But that said, our Alvars, Acharyas, they all enjoy that Divya Mangala Vigraha. There is nothing like Divya Mangala Vigraha. It's easy, so that there is a form which you can meditate on. The Rupam of the Brahman. The nature of Brahman is wonderful. The Divya Atma. The comprehension of our Jivatma is so difficult, whereas we can see our body. In fact, Acharyas enjoy that Trimangai Alvar was such a fan. He had a passion for the Archavataram. He used to enjoy the Archavataram so much so that the Acharyas enjoy, the commentators enjoy, that he had a Dehabhimanam. We should not have Dehabhimanam. We should never think that our Shariram is the Atma. We should think that our Atma is different from Shariram and detach ourselves from the body to get spiritual insight. Right? True. Whereas Trimangai Alvar, for him, the Deham is Atma. Why? Alvar must be quite blessed by Perumal. Alvar must be having the right knowledge. Why does he think Deham is Atma? Here the enjoyment is not our Deham. Paramatma's Deham, which is the Divya Mangala Vigraham, the divine form, is Paramatma, is the Divya Atma. There is no difference between divine form and divine Swarupa, Divya Atma Swarupa. So that's why Swami Desikan in Vararaja Panchasat, sloka 16 and 17, talks about these two. The same thing that we are talking about, Divya Atma Swarupam and Divya Mangala Vigraham. In sloka 16, he says, Sachintayanti akila heya vipaksha bhutam Shantoditam Shamavata Hridayena Dhanyaha Nityam Param Varada Sarvagatam Susukshmam Nishpandanandatu Mayam Bhavata Swarupam. O Varadaraja, the fortunate ones with their calm, serene minds meditate on your Divya Atma Swarupa, the divine nature of Brahman, which is as Akilaheya Pratyanikam, one devoid of any inauspicious gunams and defects, imperfection, and hence they are hence the blemishless Perimal. And Santodikan, one who has the Sankalpam to administer the Leela Vibhuti, the Prapancham, the Akilanda Koti Brahmandam, Nityan, Sarvagatan, eternal and Sarvagata, pervades everywhere. Sarva Sukshman, subtlest of the subtle to the Antaryami in all Vastus. He is the indweller in the subtlest of the subtle in all beings and matter. Nishpanda Nandatu Mayan, one with unchanged Anandam. Your Divyatma Swarupam has such immense glories to be meditated upon the Bhakti Yogi with this Divyatma Swarupam. So Swami mentioned 7 states here. Akhilaheya Vipaksha Bhutam. So he is the opposite of inauspicious gunam. He is the opposite of imperfections. So Kalyana Gunakaratvam, one is the possessing limitless, auspicious, infinite attributes, Kalyana Gunam. Another is Akhilaheya Pratyanika, devoid of all imperfections. Nityam, he is eternal, without origin, without end. Param, he is superior to everything. Sarvagatam, all pervasive, attainable by everyone. Susukshmam, not only Sukshmam, Susukshmam, subtlest of the subtle and is capable of entering into anything without obstruction. Nishpanda Nandatu Maya, embodiment of the bliss, Peranandam, absolute bliss, which is never ever diminishing. Santoditam, Santa Uditam. Nityoditam and Santoditam are 2 states of Bhagavan. Nityoditam is Sri Vaikuntham, range of Lord enjoying himself with this Leela Vibhuti. He is the Santoditam. The Lord state as Paravasudevan in Sri Vaikuntham is Nityoditam. So Nityoditam, another meaning is Nityoditam is a state where the Lord enjoys both his Vibhutis, and Santoditam is where he enjoys the Swarupam without any Vibhuti. Without. Yet another explanation is Nityoditam is Bhagavat Sankalpam, to administer the Nitya Vibhuti, and Santoditam is Bhagavat Sankalpam, to rule the Leela Vibhuti. Swami Desikan concludes that Bhavata Swarupam Santoditam Sancintayanti. Mahabhagyasalis meditate on your such Divyatma Swarupam in their calm mind. That is 17th sloka. He says, Vishwatishaya Sukharupa Yadatmakastvam Vyaktim Karisha Katayanti Tadatmikam Te Yenadhirohati Matistvadupasakanam Tvad Upasakanam Sakim Tvameva Tavaveti Vitarkadholam. O Lord of Ananda Swarupa, matchless absolute bliss. Karisha, Vardaraja, Vedas point out that your Divyatma Swarupam is as glorious as your Divya Rupam, Divya Mangala Vigraham, the divine Tirumeni. Therefore, these yogis who are so close to you are driven sometimes by doubt whether you are the Tirumeni or the Divyatma Swarupam. Are they one and the same or are they different? That's what Swami says. So here the Archavataram of Divyamangala Vigraham of Lord Vardarajan is praised. So beautifully we enjoy the Divyatma Swarupam and Divyamangala Vigraham, which are the Atma, Paramatma and Paramatma's divine Tirumeni. And both are transcendental, both are enjoyable, both are insatiable, both are beautiful, both are to be contemplated. But which one is easier to contemplate? The Divya Tirumeni. At the time of immense enjoyment by the yogi, he has doubts about a Divyatma Swarupam being different from Divyamangala Vigraham. On deeper reflection, he says, are they 2 different Swarupams? Are they one and the same? Alvars in general, Tirumangai Alvar in particular leans towards the Divyamangala Vigraham for his enjoyment. Yerar muyal vittu kakkai pin povade, Tirumangai Alvar say. When there is a rabbit, why do I desire for crow's flesh? Rabbit is tastier. Divyamangala Vigraham is tastier. Dhanyosmi. Kavitarkika Simhaya Kalyana Gunashaline Srimate Venkatesaya Vedanta Gurave Namaha. Acharyan Trivadikale Sharanam.